Three. Hey guys, welcome back to our Saturday morning live.
Yes, good morning, everybody. And we are back, as promised, with Volume 2, Episode 7.
Seven
Right.
question mark. I
No,
keep
no,
losing.
7, 7.
I keep losing track of it. I keep saying it's
Yeah.
six. I keep saying it's five, but I think we're at seven now. We finally made it to seven.
And whatever number this is going to be one of the memorable events. Because you know what? Memorable episodes. Because this is our first time where we're having an official guest, right? So without further ado, we have Tony in the call here today, who's going to be, talking a little bit about, why he has a toy store, and also talk a lot more about how Toy Mania went from Toy Mania 0, from Toy Mania 4, 5, and I gotta tell you, Tony, we've said it here that Toy Mania 10 is going to happen in a completely different venue. That we're going to have to rent an event, rent a place, and people are going to have to pay like $5 to get in because it's gonna get big. I know it.
It's gonna get crazy.
So welcome. Good morning. How are you?
Good, man. Just over here, my distribution center. So came over here, picking up more stuff, and then going back to the shop. The hustle never ends.
For you, it never ends because right now you have Frankenson's booth, Toys of the Universe Torrance.
Yep.
And then you also have Toys of the Universe
Mission Hills. Yeah.
Mission Hills. So how did it all start?
So the inception of the store started. It's actually a long story, but I'll try to shorten it down. One of the biggest things was, in a lot of Hispanic cultures is, I don't know if, you guys are from El Salvador, right?
Yeah.
See.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, like, when you go to El Salvador, you see a lot of people selling stuff. It's the same thing with Mexico. Like, you go anywhere and everybody's a seller. And for some reason, I feel like selling always came natural to me and to my friends and my brothers and stuff like that. So, I came through a background of the medical field. I was in microbiology, and on the side, I would always sell. And basically, after some ventures, after, selling on like buy sell and trade events, after going to like when you prop up a table and sell stuff, it was going good. I had a lot of items, and then my business partner was he was a partner with his aunt in a thrift store. And one day he came up with the idea of saying, hey, you know what, my aunt wants to retire soon, but she's going to leave me this spot, and I want to find a partner to be able to build up the location. And he knew that I already had my Frankenstein location at the time. So then after that, we decided to go in during the pandemic. We did one of the biggest risks. I left my job during the pandemic.
Yeah.
During that time of uncertainty. After that, we decided to donate everything that we had in our own personal collections, aside from, some pieces here or there. And we opened up the Mission Hills location during the pandemic. Yeah.
So you were among the few people who like saw the pandemic as instead of closing, we're like, we're gonna open something.
Yes.
Wow, dude, that takes guts. That takes guts.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then there's there's a lot more backstory. Like I would need like a whole episode for that, but
yeah, I mean, we're still waiting for the Toys of the Universe podcast, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna save it for
I know.
that.
I want to do that. I've been mulling over that idea with a couple of friends, and we know a lot of people in the community, so I want to be able to bring you guys in. I want to be able to bring somebody like Pee Wee, people like Astrobase, Retro Butter, all these cool collectors and vendors that come from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And just get their input on it. Just ask them like, what would you recommend? Just basic questions and stuff like that, or like their backgrounds and stuff.
It's so cool. I do have a question.
Yes.
So you said that you guys pretty much used your collection as the starting product for your stores. What were some of the main items that were in there that you kind of had to analyze and put a price on them to get things going?
Because I know that your brother, Lobo, he's a big TNMNT collector, and there's some items that he still holds on to.
Yes. Yeah, so my brother, look, without a shadow of a doubt, I think my brother is one of the craziest collectors I've ever met. in the sense of once he gets into something, he doesn't just stop in the middle of it. He tries to get every single piece, and he tries to get 10 of the same thing or 30 of the same thing.
What?
Army
I'm telling
build.
you, my brother was the only guy that had over 200 General Trigs in his collection, loose.
No way.
Yes, he
That's
did.
crazy.
Yes, he did. And it was during the time, that the TMNT was cheaper. It was more affordable. You could find it at flea markets. Now it's really difficult to find anything.
Yeah.
And then same thing with my sister. My sister started selling because of my brother, and then he influenced a lot of us, not only with wrestling but with Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. But to answer your question, like one of the pieces that I gave up from my collection that I recall was I gave up a hotspot, Ninja Turtle hotspot. I gave up a scratch, a boxed bootleg Master Splinter.
Ooh.
What else did we give up? I mean, my business partner gave up a lot of pieces too, like the Rocky Balboa set. He had like every single Rocky figure, the Rock'em Sock'em Rocky ones. He had like creature, like a lot of Universal Monster stuff. I mean, my business partner from Mission Hills, he's always been a soft-spoken individual. And he's been collecting because he's in his 40s. So he's behind the scenes, one of the biggest assets in the business itself. He's been collecting since he was 15, and that was over 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And he has an extensive amount of knowledge when it comes to toys, like just from growing up and collecting and buying and selling. He's been collecting in essence as long as I've been alive.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, because that's one of the things that we've kind of learned as we become a collectors. Like I was the kid who was just like, no, I'm not gonna let you borrow my toys.
Like, I let you play with them at all.
Yeah, like but then as we grow up with the same type of like hobby, you start realizing that it evolves for you as well. And sometimes, like when you give up something in order to create something bigger, like it seems like you did, it doesn't hurt as much, and you kind of fall more in love with that piece. It becomes more meaningful because you were able to give it away, and it helped you build something rather than just keep it and be like, oh, like I have you, I'm never gonna let you go type of deal, which is really cool.
I have a follow-up question.
What's up?
Yes.
Okay. So how many of those pieces have gone through your hands now since you've had your store? Because I know you've had a few of these items that you mentioned pass through your hands and just going to other collectors' collection.
Yeah, because that must be difficult, like getting grail items and being okay from here, from their hands to mine to somebody else's.
But it's so rewarding too, because like the first, pretty much like like in Yu-Gi-Oh, like the first tribute you did, pretty much giving you so much more.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we've had in both occasions. I mean, I've had the first appearance of Swamp Thing in comic book. I mean, that was a $1,000 item. It came in without a bag and board. I mean, we had what else did we have? We had like one of the best stories from. I'll tell you a good story from Torrance, and then I'll tell you a good story from Mission Hills. Like one of our best finds. So in Torrance, I remember about a year ago, we ended up getting a call because, my number is connected to the store phone just because, I get house calls or I get random like old ladies asking, hey, do you buy collections? I'm getting rid of this stuff. You could have it, at any time of the day. So, and I'm very social. I don't mind taking those calls. So what happened? She ended up calling me, and she lived in Redondo. And she said, so one of my best friends was a collector, and she recently passed away, but I'm on the process of retiring and I'm going to be moving to Palm Springs. So I sold my house, and I need every single piece of every single item in my garage out of there. And so I go there, and I go with my coupe because I'm like, okay, more or less I might find a couple of pieces, but nothing crazy. Her garage was full, and it was full of 90 Star Wars at the beginning, which I was like,
you're like, all right, then I'll move that fast.
Yeah. Then I was like, you know what? I don't think there's gonna be anything crazy. And she's like, oh, there's more on the top. So I go on the top. Where like in essence it hasn't been touched for over 30 years. And she had Kenner Star Wars. She had the whole line, all bagged up, all super complete. She had NES games. She had Indiana Jones Kenners. We had that was one of the greatest collections I have ever picked up. And it was insane. It was like almost 3 months after I had opened up Torrents. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
were you shaking when you found it, or were you able to kind of like keep your cool?
I was able to keep my cool. I think I've learned how to keep my cool. I've learned. Hey, what's up, El Pee-wee? Hey, so I've learned in essence to keep my cool, but I still get that bead of sweat going from my back all the way to my butt crack.
And the heart.
Because you're like, oh my god, I can't believe it. And at some point it becomes more about the story, right, than the items themselves.
Yes,
because you're like,
absolutely.
oh my god, I found this. I found
all
that.
of this.
Yeah,
it's like not
that's
just
crazy.
one item. It's
Yeah.
like the whole
Mhm.
collection now.
Yeah.
And
And then
it's really sick that you found like an Indiana Jones when you're actually like digging through like vintage relics in a way.
That's
just
so
recently, I don't know if you guys saw, some guy came in with Marvel Legends and he had the Kenner Indiana Jones horse.
Oh yes,
cool. I
I saw.
saw it too.
And I ended up selling that with the Universal Monsters of my business partner because he's collecting now again.
Oh nice.
So yeah, with me, I don't collect as much anymore. I mean, some of the pieces that I collect are just Lucha Libre masks or memorabilia.
Mhm.
And Planet of the Apes items from either Mexico or the
Oh, I see.
United States. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, what about the Mission Hill story? What was it?
Okay, so for Mission Hills, I mean, we've had people donate items because we backed the location up on the thrift store that my business partner's aunt used to use.
Mhm.
And since she was a nonprofit, in essence, people would bring us stuff and say, "This is a nonprofit, so you guys could have it." And I was like, but we're not the nonprofit anymore. Oh no, but it's okay. You could have it. Just whatever you make, just I don't know, donate a portion of it or just keep it. Or I mean, it's on you.
That's fair. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And over there, we've had Pokemon cards. We've had first edition Shadowless cards come in. Those are like the very first Pokemon cards. We had a guy come in with like Ninja Turtles, just an insane amount of carded Ninja Turtles before. And those shoebox deals were always
you don't know what you find, and it's just kind of like take a chance and see.
Mm-hmm. Like yesterday, we found all that Power Ranger stuff. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I don't know. I saw it too. Keep my eye very close.
A guy came in who was local, and he said, "Hey, this is all my childhood in a bin. Do you want to buy it?" And then we negotiated, and we struck a deal.
That's super cool. And so now, since you mentioned, right, like that most of the things that you're collecting now are like vintage wrestling and lucha libre, because now you have a more kind of like, over the last few years you created a more of a stronger connection with the shopping scene in Mexico, correct?
Yes.
So it just makes sense that your next guest, right, is going to be none other than the son of El Santo. And this is again Toy Mania 4, guys. This is not Toy Mania 1, not Toy Mania 2, not Toy Mania 3, it's 4. Because every single time it grows, every single time it just gets better. I've been to every single one. I didn't miss a single one. And I gotta say, like the last one, it was huge. Parking lot around on the side of a restaurant. At some point, I'm like, this needs to get bigger, and I'm pretty sure it will. So, how do you feel just by having Son of El Santo coming in essentially next week? It's going to be in your store. You're going to be able to say, hey, what's up? To essentially, if you guys don't know, right, El Santo is a icon. Like, I think icon is too small, right?
Yeah.
He's the equivalent of like Captain America and Batman in Mexico.
Yep.
Right? But real.
But real. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So much so that, he was actually in multiple films.
As himself.
Yep.
Yeah. And he was El Santo contra las Mujeres del Vampiro in 1962. We have Santo el Museo de Cera 1963. El Santo contra el Cerebro del Mal 1961, and many, many more.
Yep.
So this guy has been iconic forever. And even though he has passed, El Son of El Santo, El Hijo del Santo, has essentially taken on that mantle and carries on that persona across Mexican culture. So what does it mean to you to have him as a guest?
So, man, that's incredible. I still can't even believe that I was able to broker a deal with his with his manager. In essence, his manager is his wife.
Oh, nice.
And I, like, it's funny. It's because when I called her and I was negotiating, I had told her, you know what, I'm a startup store. I don't have that much cash to put down, but you know what, it would really help us out if you come over. We have a lot of lucha libre fans. My brother's one of the biggest lucha libre fans around, and it would be amazing if you guys were to be able to come in, get some stuff done, or have a signing. And I don't know what it was, but I was able to speak to her on a more personal note, and she just said, you know what, we'll do it. We don't care about the guarantee. You don't need to guarantee us any money. We'll do it to help you out. And we looked at your page, and we 100% want to do it. And it was incredible, because I mean, if you go to Mexico, you go to any part of Mexico City, you'll see, even on the airport, like you'll see like a mural of El Santo, or you'll see a building with like kind of like how the Kobe Bryant murals are all over LA.
Yeah.
You'll see the El Santo murals everywhere, or Blue Demon, or Tinieblas, or all these different people. And yeah, like you said it. I mean, he's quote unquote like an icon in Mexico. I think he's just a legendary figure. It's incredible to be able to have somebody of that magnitude at Toy Mania. I mean, it's insane. I still can't even believe it.
People says that he saw him in the Cassandra movie.
That's cool. Cool.
So I don't know, like, because like you said, you're bringing a character who is iconic, and in many ways it's the dream of many people to meet them, take a picture with them, have a signature, just say hello, right? To have that part be in their life. So we expect, right, that it's going to be a huge success, right? It's going to be like having Rey Mysterio Senior last time was amazing. Just walking and you're like, oh my, there's Rey Mysterio Senior. It was really, really cool. And now El Hijo del Santo being, like that,
having that legacy,
having that legacy character, it's going to be pretty
it's draw
amazing.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, we already have an RSVP.
Yeah. So my dad he's a huge fan of El Santo. He's watched all the movies, because again, we grew up in El Salvador, and I wanted to essentially make this episode to kind of surprise him, tell him, hey, who's gonna be here? Boom. And now he's definitely like on board. So that's really cool. So thank you for doing that, Tony. It's awesome that you're
giving honestly the possibility for a lot of people whose dream was to meet him. You're making it accessible.
Yeah, and I mean, it's incredible, and it's not only, I mean, this couldn't have been done just by me. Like, I'm not the only the person who did this. I mean, without you guys, without the community itself helping me build the shop up, helping me and my business partner build up both locations, I mean, we wouldn't have been able to have the repertoire to be able to convince somebody of this magnitude to come over to the store. It's crazy.
It's also your charm. You presented it out there, and you spoke to them in a way that that they're like, okay, we have to help you out. We have to be there. You are representing a community, and you're inviting and making it accessible for a community. We will support that. That's so cool of them too.
No, awesome.
Agree to that.
Even though she really hasn't been to any Toy Mania. Just saying.
But I want to go.
You gotta go. Come on.
I will. I will be, but because I have a run that day. But I'll try my best.
It ends at 3 p.m.
Okay, I'll do my best.
We'll put you in a little carreta. We'll drag you here, because she has a marathon that day, so she's gonna be a noodle afterwards. Damn. So we're gonna probably put her in a wheelchair or a gurney and just wheel you in like I'm here.
I mean, they wheeled in Mysterio in the wheelchair.
Oh shoot!
Hey,
you know what? That's true.
Yeah. So, and right now also is a perfect time, because I feel like, and my dad says, I used to have my Mascara play and for Play Lucha Libre, because we also got those toys in El Salvador, the toys and the small ones with the
the figures, plástico soplado.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and the fact that you're doing this in a time where wrestling is at its peak again, with the whole Cody Rhodes stories and The Rock coming back, right? there's huge like wrestling fever, and the fact that you're bringing lucha libre to kind of complement and balance it is just an amazing opportunity for everyone, which is why we're like super cool to have you here. And just tell us a little bit about the store.
The store, I mean, so throughout the inception of Torrance, I mean, we've been more of a consignment store, or actually like we run out the cases to buddies of ours that want to, start up their businesses, get a feel of what business is really like, and we've had our ups and downs, like in the sense of, being very busy and then being very slow, or having some vendors leave because they were disappointed in the sales, or they left because they had to move to another state because it was just getting too expensive here in California. It's been a really good ride. I've really enjoyed being at the shop, and I'm in the process of extending the lease for the next 5 years. So I mean, we're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. We're only getting bigger. I mean, we're getting more people into the store. We're getting a lot of different people. I mean, we still work with other shops like Toy Depot. We work with Kelly. We work with a lot of people. Because in this business, everybody has to eat. In this business, there's enough meat on the bone for everybody. Yeah. And, we'll never put ourselves on top of anybody else. Like we're like a small grain in the big picture of life. It's not.
Yeah, because honestly, it's so much better when you learn to kind of cooperate and play with each other, right? And you're like, hey, like it's so much fun. Like you have Interface Toys, which is really just starting up right now.
Yep.
Big Loose Collectibles, who's been doing it forever. Like it's just crazy that store has been there for so long. And now we have you as well. So it really creates
like a little network,
and a little family, really, here in California, here in Los Angeles. And it's kind of cool to be like, well, I'm gonna go visit Tony today. I'm gonna go visit that today. So it's less of I'm gonna go to a store.
I'm gonna go visit a buddy.
I'm gonna visit a friend. Yeah. Which is really cool.
And see, that's one of the biggest things that we've heard from people. We've heard that when people come to our store, they don't just come over just to buy stuff and get out. I mean, in essence, some people do, but 90% of the people go there. They talk to me. They talk to my worker. They talk to my business partner. I mean, we've had people that came in. Like I remember one guy. He came in once, and I remember that he had told me, he would come in like really consistently, and he had ended up telling me, what, they had diagnosed me with a heart condition, and one of the things that makes me feel, that calms down my heart condition, if you will, is being able to come over here, being able to chat with you guys, being able to see what you guys have, and in essence, help me forget of what I have, the ailing, medical disability that I have.
No, and it's important. And I gotta tell you, the fact that you're so close to where I live, the store is, it's just so tempting. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just stop by today, just say hi, pick something up. Doesn't it just really?
He's like, it's part of your mental health routine.
It's part of my mental health.
Grab some Hot Wheels.
I know, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like I put you in the Hot Wheels game, and now you've taken it to the exponential level. If you guys want Hot Wheels, go to Toys R Us and there's Torrance on it. It's ridiculous the selection you guys have now. Okay, Tony, so we're gonna have to let you go in a few.
Okay.
But before, why don't you tell us the details for Toy Mania 4?
Okay, so for Toy Mania 4, we're gonna have El Hijo del Santo there from 1 to 3 p.m. We're gonna be having a taquero there, so we're gonna be having a taco vendor there for the very first time.
That's good.
We're gonna, I might be shooting myself in the foot here, but I haven't taken into account how many people we have selling, and we have a lot of people that have been saying, "I'll get a 10x10, I'll get a table, I'll get a table, I'll get a table," and I've been saying yes to everybody.
Oh, dude, guys! So if you're looking for something, you most likely are gonna find it there.
Yes. So here's the thing. It's going to be madness, and it's going to be total madness. I mean, you guys don't want to miss out on this opportunity to come over. I mean, you're going to be meeting a legendary wrestler. There's going to be tacos there for cheap. There's going to be any kind of figure, toy, Hot Wheel, Barbie, a Furby.
I know, my friend went last time, and I was so jealous.
He's a customer base.
And it's just, it's crazy, I think by Toy Mania 10, it's gonna be so big that we're probably gonna have to do it, maybe in a hotel, maybe in like maybe in a I mean,
Torrance
like one of
Community
the
Center.
halls.
The Torrance Community Center is huge and it's pretty cheap.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking something like that.
Mhm.
And you know, it all depends on the amount of support, on the amount
Yeah.
of love that we get on these on these next Toy Manias. But I'm telling you guys, I'm a little bit scared for this one because I know it's gonna be madness in the setup. It's gonna be Santee Alley. I don't know if you guys know what Santee Alley is. That's what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be like a swap meet or a callejon almost.
Yeah, that's the downtown ones. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh
Santee Alley. I'm
man,
telling you guys.
it's gonna be good. You're bringing honestly the Mexico Mercado vibes.
Yes, yes, no, but trust me, you guys don't want to miss out. It's a free event. Not every single event that you see out and about in LA are free to meet, you know,
Yeah.
on the meet and greets. So definitely come on in, guys. We would love to have each and every one of you there. I mean, for those of you that are watching the stream, you both of you guys too. And yeah, just message us if you have any questions, and we'll always be on the ball with that.
Awesome.
Sounds excellent. And honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for next week.
Before you go, I do have
Yeah.
a question.
What's up?
So,
Not another Furby question.
not a Furby question. But what's the rarest Furby you've ever found? No, real question. Real question. What about Grail Mania?
Okay, so Toy Mania came on it came on the idea of Grail Mania. So we had two Grail Manias. The first one was insane. The second one was insane too. I think what I'm gonna be doing is, as Toy Mania gets bigger, I wanna bring in kind of like a visual toy museum, or like a collectible toy museum, lucha libre museum. So I have a buddy who is a nonprofit. His name is Art of Nintendo Power.
Mhm.
And what he does is he has every single like piece of Nintendo memorabilia from like the 80s. He has like unreleased artwork and stuff like that. Toys as well. He has the Mario costume. Once Toy Mania gets a little bit bigger, once we've been able to establish like another location or something like that, then I want to make a museum there, kind of like how SoCal Retro Gaming Expo has it,
Yeah.
where like one side of the building is all like stuff that you've never seen before, like that you've probably seen, but it's just out of pocket or, you know, out of reach. And I think within the next Toy Manias, we're gonna start bringing in Grow Mania, featuring it in, and then letting people know if you guys want to be able to display some of your Grail pieces. They don't have to be for sale. They could if you want to. You could put them in the case. We'll lock them up, and then people could walk around and see them as well.
Yeah,
That's so
it'll be cool to have like scanners or photography for set up for the grails, right? So that you can create like an archive of all the grails that pass through the store.
Absolutely.
And if people want to do things like documentaries, they want to write books about it, there's already this database built in with pictures and names and stories.
So Totu will be named as the primary source.
So you could be like primary source. And it's like, oh, the archives of, Toys of the Universe.
That's so sick.
It's like, which is super cool.
We're hoping to do that, and then we're hoping to be able to get more, toy photographers in. Also, on a side note, since we're so close to El Segundo, we get a lot of people from Mattel coming into the store, and even them, they're big toy geeks just like us.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll look at stuff and they'll be like, "This is from Mattel. Oh my god, I have this piece, or I've seen this in the office, or I've seen this in the archive sales and stuff like that."
Nice.
You should ask them to give you a tour, honestly.
I know. My biggest goal is to be able to have some sort of partnership with Mattel in the near future. So
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, get the 411 on those archive sales, because we've heard so much about them.
Yeah,
we've heard there's some insider archive sales that happen only within the employees of Mattel.
Yes,
and there's incredible.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that I'm good friends with Bill McKenna, with Bill Beneke. They're the big heads of the WWE Elite department. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that they show up to the event too. I'm pretty sure they are, because they showed up during the other Toy Manias.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we're gonna get a lot of people from all over LA. We have some people coming from TJ. We have some people coming from San Diego, the IE. So
Now it's
global.
International.
Yeah.
So cool, so cool. All right, Tony, thank you very much for your time. And again, it's a pleasure. And we have an open door policy. If anytime you want to come in with an event, with an idea, you are welcome to, come in the show.
Absolutely. And let me know whenever you guys want to host a toy tangent right there in the store. You're more than welcome to anytime.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Maybe the best background.
Maybe on Toy Mania 5, we'll have like a live cover it and we just have a little
little
booth.
booth, like, hey,
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you guys are more than welcome to. I mean, you've been there since day one. So
Indeed.
let me know.
All right, Tony. Thank you very much.
Right,
from the audience, again, thank you. Well, from the audience to you, right? We'll definitely be there. And we'll probably stop by later on today, too.
Yeah.
Since she's here.
I was planning on stopping by regardless.
Come through. Trust me. We got a lot of stuff.
All right, then. Bye,
All right,
Tony.
guys.
We're gonna have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
There you go. Woo, that was so fun.
That was awesome. That was amazing. I mean, honestly, the rest of the show is kind of pointless because I don't think we can top that.
No, we can't. I really didn't want to kick him out. I was like, he can stay.
But we also have to take the time to feature everyone else, right?
What else is there to do?
Well, we do have the Long Beach Flea Market that's happening on Sunday. So if people want to go, they get information,
money.
Right? Although you should definitely just save up this week, go into sleep mode, and go to Toy Story Universaurus next.
Because it sounds like Toy Mania is going to be nuts.
It is. So
I have to make it there. I have to make it.
You have to make it somehow. Okay, how about this? Tempt your husbando with authentic Japanese food from the little place that's literally across the street.
Yeah, no, it's just the level of tiredness that we might be having.
I will go pick you up.
That's the only thing I'm calculating. I think we'll just be so hyped that we'll be done. I'd be like, let's take an hour drive to the coast.
It's not 1 hour. You're already in downtown. It's less than an hour. Think about it. But
mental gymnastics.
Mental gymnastics, 100% in full effect. I hear that, Toy Mania, you get a Furby every time you go in. Yeah. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. Imagine they get a tattooer that only does like toy related tattoos. I'm like, I got tatted at Toy Mania. But it's cool to have Toys of the Universe on. Please have more guests in the future. Yay! Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. That's why I'm here at Mighty Max's, because we wanted to make sure that the connection was nice and stable.
Because she's scared of the future.
The future sucks, guys.
She has a brand new computer that she can use and it's far superior than one of the computer I have. And she's like, no, they want all my info. No.
I'm like, it's machine. Be machine. Stop trying to get my personal information.
She wants a typewriter.
Just pretty with a screen. That's all it needs to be. And for some reason, it's like, give me all your information. You need to be connected to the internet. I was like, why? Your computer. You can live without the internet.
No, you can't.
Why? I'm telling you, I don't understand.
Because you know what?
That's the reason I have all the new video game consoles, because everything needs to be connected to the internet. I was like, no, it doesn't. Be free. Be free. Be wild.
Well, the thing is that the internet is freedom to the computer. Otherwise, it's stuck in one place.
Then be homebound.
All right, so we'll definitely give a shout out to the Long Beach Flea Market, which is an amazing walk in the morning. And the reason why
Bambi Raptor.
The reason why I'm going this Sunday is because I know that every time this flea is on, Pee-wee appears. It's just
he's like a cicada.
Yeah.
He crawls out of the ground and his wings blink up and up and he begins to make a sound.
So I need to give our January stickers, because you know what? Bambi Raptor received her stickers this week.
Did.
So it was awesome. We saw it on Instagram that you received the sticker. I was so glad that you didn't forget.
He's like the cargo plane.
Exactly. And I'm glad you bring this up.
Salt in the wound.
Salt on the wound. Until I get it, this is going to be an open wound. Because what am I looking for at the Long Beach Flea Market? Number 1, G.I. Joe comic books.
Number 2, friendship.
Number 2, the plane. Right? I need that plane even though I've never seen it, I never held it. Not even Toys of the Universe has had it. Okay.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, at least.
But like you say it into the universe, and the toys of the universe will gather in Totu, and they'll make it.
I see what you did.
And they'll make it because I'm telling you that it's just all the positivity that surrounds him.
Yes,
makes things happen.
I need to hang that freaking plane from my garage, and I need to put a car coming out of it. It's gonna be so cool, and I could. And then, you know what, Pete? I actually went to San Diego looking for it. About 2 or 3 months after you showed me that infamous picture, and it wasn't there, lo and behold. So I am still in the search for it. I'm also in the search for things like a golem for some reason, because these
are the things that you're
ISO. This is not a Shane Pee-wee slide. Don't worry. This is just like things that I'm currently on the lookout.
Okay, I didn't know. This is your ISO. Okay, okay.
Don't worry. I love you guys.
Setting him.
And I'm also looking for Barbie clothes because my wife is always looking for Barbie clothes.
Yeah, and the vintage ones are more neutral than the current ones.
Yeah, indeed.
Totally understood.
So yeah, this is my ISO. I actually have ISO here, but only the O shows.
It looks just like a face upside down because you're so stunned by all the items.
So yeah, the Long Beach Flea Market is a great place to find all these goodies, right? There's always comic books, there's always toys, there's always something to see. So I'll definitely be stopping by, if anything, just for the walk. And remember though, if
you can get your steps in.
Yeah, if you want to have that early morning, you have to pay $15.
Oh, right? It's just $10. For some reason, it feels so much more when I'm there.
Right. Yeah. Right. I thought about it. Pee-wee, did they change the price? Because on their website it's $10, but I feel like it was more expensive last time we went.
I remember it's like, I have a certain budget, and they're like, oh, my budget is very down now when I paid this ticket. But then again, I paid for 2 people.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. Next time, never mind. I won't say what next time should be. I don't want to encourage poor behavior. Never mind.
So yeah, definitely think about it. Parking is free, right? And it is an extensive flea market, not as big, or at least doesn't feel as big as the Rose Bowl.
Pee-wee's like, I'm VIP, I never paid. I'm telling you, he's a cicada. As soon as the market appears, he just comes out from the underground right inside of the market already.
He's part of the ecosystem. You have to share that secret, Pee-wee. How is it that you don't pay? And if you don't feel comfortable sharing it in the live, just send me an email. All right, cool. Right back. And I'll forgive all about the plane. Now, that said, you also have the Simi Valley.
Honestly, you know what? It's having the 25th skip it. Just go to Totu. Just go to Totu.
They literally gave us free passes to go.
But did they give us friendship?
They have not given us friendship.
Totu, just go to Totu.
But yes, if you want to go to the Simi Valley, it's happening. You get stop it.
You get it.
You get a Millennium Puzzle. Okay, let's move forward. We also have a comic book club that meets February 28th at 6 p.m. It's free admission over Zoom. And we also have some at the Manhattan Beach. This one is in person. And apparently it's been really fun. Like they had it, I think, last week, an impromptu one. And people come up and just talk about toys inside a comic book shop. And if you haven't been to the Manhattan Beach comic book, it's huge. So it's a pretty cool deal, right? But now,
the magic of the 90s.
Let's talk about exactly. I'm glad that you brought that up. The magic of the 90s. Let's talk about the 90s because
wait. I'm so sorry, but Bambi Rabbit might go to the next Long Beach Flea Market because so the next one, not this one, the next one. Okay, because her wallet's empty right now.
I can relate.
I say go to Totu. You don't need to pay for entrance, so your wallet can, you
just need to chill.
You can have to hold on to a little bit of money. You can meet El Santos the Son for free. So
and you get tacos for cheap.
That's true. Cool. Tacos for cheap. You can get lunch and toys.
And friendship.
That's the most important part. Friends.
Right? Anyways, because friendship is magic. Well, so I've heard.
Yeah, it is.
Or so I've heard. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of horses telling me this, and I'm like, what's going on?
It's true. Just believe what they feed you.
So the 90s. Okay. I want to talk about this because this was such a huge part of my childhood. I honestly feel like Batman the Animated Series was amazing, but we were not allowed to watch it. Remember?
I remember it would happen at nighttime, and we were only allowed to watch it with Dad.
I remember like being able to watch it until later, much later.
I remember it was kind of like The Simpsons. We weren't allowed to watch The Simpsons.
We're not allowed to watch it, so like we were not allowed to watch that. But for some reason, when X-Men came up, maybe it was like the colors that my mom was just like, fine, you guys can watch it. But we only could watch it at Mama Selena's house. Remember?
Was it because of like
it was on cable.
Was it a cable show? I don't recall.
There's a character named Cable, but it wasn't. So again, living in El Salvador, when we get everything kind of secondhand, it's weird. But one of the things that I did not get secondhand was the freaking album. Remember the album?
Oh my God. Okay, I was talking about the albums with my spouse because there is a Panini brand that does albums, and you see it at Hispanic supermarkets, at El Super, at
you still
checkout.
see it right now.
Yeah, you still see it at like El Super here in LA. They have a little box of like, right now they have like what the soccer players.
Yeah, they always have soccer.
They'll have the soccer players, and I'm like, those albums. The joy of finding those, of buying the little booster packs, and you're like, I'm gonna put them on my album. We had the Pokemon ones. We did have the X-Men one. I had like one from an anime that I didn't know anything about, but my mom bought it at a bus stop, and she would buy me all the cards, and I loved it. So I'm like, those are so good, and I kind of want to go back into the Panini or like the style of album collecting because it's just something so pure.
We had him from Pokemon. We had him for Digimon. We had it for X-Men, and X-Men was probably the one that I got so close to completing. It was insane.
And it's honestly the one that one and Pokemon, the ones I remember the most clear. Those are the ones that I'm just like, dude, they're kind of like a staple to like my memory bank.
I see.
Of my childhood.
And that's the way I feel about X-Men, like especially also these cards, the Ultra Fleer Pro. Like if I close my eyes, I can smell them. Like it was just, oh my God, I have one here. I always keep one
just to sniff
with me. Just smell it. They still have the smell.
They do.
It's right. You went for a second.
Yeah, because they smell so good, and I'm just like smelling Cyclops garage. Not the best place to smell. Scratch and sniff, everybody.
So these toys were definitely incredibly influential. Again, this is my first action figure. I got a Batman, zebra striped Batman, and I got a Cyclops. And I gotta tell you, when I first received this, oh my God, it changed my life. And there are some things that, we have to admit now that we are kids.
We're adults.
Sorry.
We're kidults.
We're kidults.
As the world calls us.
So there's some things that we have to admit. And for example, this cartoon is borderline unwatchable now.
Yeah.
It has not aged well. And not because of the stories are bad. It's because, simply put, the art is so bad.
I feel like, okay. I think it's this. I think it was the fact that cartoons were being created, but the idea that it was for children, but that's not really the case.
For children.
Literally
the picture, right?
Children. But children were not making them.
No.
Children were not making them. Adults were making them.
Now,
and they're very strong stories that a child could not follow. I honestly could not understand half of everything that was happening.
I thought we were just fascinated by the idea of mutants. But now there is a funny story about this particular image, because if you watch the show now, you can watch it in Disney Plus. If you watch the show now,
you can watch it in Disney Plus.
You can.
Yeah. Because it's a child's show.
Yeah. So like, what happens is that you'll see that there's a lot of inconsistencies with the animation, and there's a lot of exaggerations. Like, for example, this. Now, last time I went to the Pasadena toy show, right? Mm-hmm. I met the artist who originally drew this picture. And
did he sign and make a booty?
That's the thing. He told me, you know what? When I drew it, because he was having this entire conversation, right? Like, when I drew this, it was actually a really conservative booty. Like he drew the booty normal, but because they sent this, like the idea, the storyboard overseas to China, They
I think it
tend
was the
to
same. Okay, I think it was the
enlarge.
same Korean place that does the animation for them,
Yeah.
and they're the ones that gave us the magic of Orin.
Oh my
Star
God!
Chasers: The
Stop!
Legend of
Stop
Orin,
with
and
porn.
we saw a lot of booty
Yeah, yeah.
emphasized in there.
So they enlarged this to this degree, and that's why we have this. And he was saying, you know what? I really wish that I would have written like that would have kept the original drawing,
Oh, okay.
or because people now believe that that's the original art piece, but no, they actually enlarged it, and then they tended to be.
I wonder
big.
if I think the reason why they might have done that is to show depth and perception, like perspective.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I know perspective was it's a thing that is hard to kind of get in shows, mainly when you have the same flat color lines.
Yeah. And I gotta admit, like these drawings are pretty nice and kind of like standard. Honestly, to me, this little like drawing's iconic.
Yeah.
But there's some of them that are really like wow, like Wolverine. That sausage has so much hair on it; it's ridiculous because he's literally just.
But you know, one of the thing about
he's a serious beast.
But that's the thing. I remember when I first saw it, like I never emphasized on the hair because all the
everybody's like that. Yeah.
I would see growing up, all of my family members were like that. So I'm like, yeah, this is normal. And in El Salvador, a lot of people don't wear shirts. And they're walking around shirtless, and all that. So you're like, okay, cool. But like,
I can demonstrate.
Mainly men. No, don't think it's the ladies.
Now, the thing is that the reason why we're talking about this, right, is because X-Men 97 is coming, right? So X-Men 97 is essentially the follow-up, the continuation for that series. And it's going to premiere in Disney Plus on March 20th. So next freaking month.
Dude, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm actually excited for this. And Dami Raptor did say, yeah, a lot of the 90s shows were not for kids in their stories and characters, to be honest.
Indeed. So, but they were amazing. For that reason, we love them. They're a time capsule. So now, all the X-Men are coming back, and they're having all this like vintage motif, and it's so cool.
I want to see the whole, because I haven't seen the trailer for this, so I'd love to see the animation.
Well, we can't play the trailer
because we're very good at hitting all the copyrights.
And the thing is that this has been so delayed that we already have action figures based on them.
When did this one?
Last year.
Wow.
X-Men 97. So
okay, since it's gonna be airing in Disney Plus, I wonder if they had to do a lot of like, we can't show the scene, we gotta cut certain things.
Well, the thing is that this is all new episodes. So these are all new episodes. These are all, freshly animated.
So I wonder if that's the case though. Still, like some things that maybe they had to go on to last review, and that's why we got their figures first.
Oh no, it's because Disney Marvel has been
tanking,
just
got it.
So they've been delaying a lot of stuff because they've had to reshoot, delete, shorten, enlarge, move, postpone,
enlarge more butts. All the butts are extra large now.
Yeah, so this is one of those things that it's coming back.
And there's Cable.
And there's Cable right there. Where's Cable? There's no Cable here. It's Bishop.
Oh, sorry, that's Bishop. Sorry, Cable's red.
Okay, we'll move on now. So go watch the trailer. I can't show it because otherwise we're gonna get super copyrighted again. Now, this is the other thing.
Cute.
During February 14th, aka Valentine's Day, Marvel Studios released the full casting.
Is that Mando?
No. Oh yeah, it is. That is Mando. The full casting for the Fantastic Four. Okay, and they.
And Renee.
What?
The girl for Sue?
Oh no, she looks like Renee Zellweger.
Okay, but no.
But it's not.
I'm trying to get people's names because I don't know.
That is Vanessa Kirby as the Invisible Woman. You have Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, aka Flame On, Human Torch, and then you have Evan Mons, who is playing Ben Grimm. I have no idea who's playing Herbie. And then you also have Pedro Pascal, right, who is playing your Mr. Fantastic. Now everyone looks
so sweet.
Everybody looks so cool. Pedro Pascal is kind of a difficult pill to swallow though, because he doesn't. He just looks like Pedro Pascal at this point. You're like,
because everybody loves. He's just playing himself.
We have been, or I hope he's not, but we have been overexposed to Pedro Pascal.
Oh, but he has such a warm face.
Really? Oh, so you're okay with it?
I'm so okay with him. Like, I just want to see more of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a surprise. A pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I really enjoy his work.
Really? Okay, cool.
So
Okay, a
I
lot
think
of
it's gonna
people
be
are.
okay because like I usually don't gravitate to Fantastic Four, but I think I will.
Now, Fantastic Four is one of those legendary, and I mean legendary franchises. And hopefully, right, hopefully we see this as a new chapter in Marvel, one that doesn't suck completely like
No buts.
it's been lately. So hopefully this is the next big thing that happens to Marvel. I really, really hope so. And on top of that, we also had Deadpool being released.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's yeah.
So we know that was going to
Yeah.
be more of the same.
Yeah, but you know, people like that. People like that.
Yeah.
But I'm actually pretty excited about this one. It looks like a pretty sweet show.
Yeah, I like the style they use is the whole because the Fantastic Four are Marvel's first family, right? So it's just kind of it looks very much like that.
Yeah.
Plus Herbie.
Plus Herbie.
Yeah. So that is essentially everything else that's going on. But I gotta tell you, we've had a great show today.
We sure have. Honestly, it's given me such a hype. I'm really excited. I'm go shopping.
But anything else you want to add?
I think as of now, just if you do want to get the cake worthy items from Furby, bringing it back to Furby, they're still available.
Nothing else on sale yet, though.
Nothing is on sale yet. You can get 10% off when you make your account for the very first time. The fits are super sick. I was supposed to do a whole photo shoot for it, but completely forgot. And if you I hope you guys had an awesome Valentine's Day as well. If you participated in the Pony Valentine's Exchange, all the cards were already received. It was so magical to kind of get cards from all over the world. This year I did get one from Finland.
Oh, that's cool.
And the other one from Canada. That was so fun because I also sent one out to Finland and one out to Canada. Last year, I think I got Spain. So it's kind of collecting bits of the world through meeting new collectors. And it exposes you to new accounts as well. And it's so fun. So if you guys are interested on it, just keep an eye on My Little Prancing Posies page because she does host a lot of card exchanges. She does Christmas and Valentine's Day. And also today is the very last day of the virtual event happening at Barbie Boulevard page. So the wedding's happening today, guys. They're walking down the aisle today. So if you would like to participate on that virtual event, you just take a picture of your dolls in those locations and or like in wedding related occasions or like a table, you know, that they're having food at the wedding or something.
For example.
My dolls are on their way to the wedding. They are running late. As you can see, that's why they are taking the Ferrari down PCH full speed.
I love that the Ferrari made a comeback. You keep using it.
I love my Ferrari. It's parked under my bed, but it lives there and it makes it well. And also, yeah, Scooter helped us pick a dress.
That's the name of the dog, Scooter?
Yes. And Skipper came to dog sit for Porcelain.
Yeah, because I was like, Skipper's not dressed for a wedding. Here.
No, she's not. She came to dog sit. She ain't going to a wedding. She's not invited.
That's right.
I went to pick up Nikki because it's Sam to pick up her friends.
I like how Nikki lives like in the classic LA home.
It's all I could find because I was making this at the middle of the night. I was like, I need a house. And then if you see the other house, it's actually the same house, just mirrored. Because I didn't have any more houses to look for. And if you go back, my grass is just the same grass duplicated all the way down and blurred because I'm like, I don't have time. I don't have time to make a beautiful build. The trees are also put in post because if you see behind the tree on the left side, there's dry branches of the original tree that was there.
Oh, God. Honestly, it doesn't look far-fetched. Oh, I know what you mean. You just took this one, duplicated it, and put it next to each other. You're dumb. But ingenious, I gotta say.
I was like, I did this within like an hour.
And you know, okay, so Porcelain Piggy has had like a really wild week to the point that
I had the chance of doing some cute Valentine shoots that I really wanted to do.
Okay,
year.
go ahead, showcase showcase them, and we'll talk about the fact that you only had probably like, what, 1 hour to do this.
Yes, but yes, we had Cutzilla. She did receive all of her beautiful Valentines.
By the way, that is not a toy. That is her in a mask.
Do not break the magic of what Cutzilla is.
I'm just fascinated by the fact that you can actually achieve that look. You know, like you can. It looks like the toy. It's wild.
Because it is Cutzilla. Cutzilla, like Manila, has the power of shrinking and growing according to
That's
the level
true.
of excitement that she has. If something's super cute, super adorable, she will grow 2, 3 to 10 times her size.
Dude, that's so cool. You created a character. I love it.
And so, but yes, those were our Valentine's picks. But if you do want to participate in Barbie Boulevardiers, wait, I'm trying to get to her page. There you go. Event, I'll loop you into where we are at in the wedding.
Oh my God, look at, oh, somebody else showed up in a Ferrari. What the heck?
Oh, that's, oh, well, okay, so let's see. The wedding started with the invitation, then the proposal.
Okay. Oh, that's a standard can. I love it.
Yeah, so that's Alan.
Oh, really?
That's Alan from the wedding pack. See, this is the original wedding pack that brings Barbie as a bridesmaid. It brings Skipper as the ring, I think the flower girl.
And what's that little kid?
I don't remember his name, but he's a little brother.
That's cool. I don't think
Ken,
I've ever seen
and
that.
Ken is the best man. And then the girls went to buy their dress. You know, they went shopping to celebrate. Then wedding.
I love the wedding dresser. The wedding dresser looks so cool.
Let me get to her again. They went to shop for dresses, and Midge and Barbie had like a beautiful, like, you know.
Yeah, like to sit down and look at it and all that.
She found her dream dress. She said yes to the dress, and Barbie was overwhelmed with emotion. I'm telling you guys, you're missing out if you're not participating. She began to work on the invitations and send them out. These are the ones that our Barbie received, porcelain. And, you know, like, it's such a story. Even if you're not participating.
That's just great photography, great storytelling through photography, I gotta say.
And a lot of the clothes that her dolls are wearing are made by her.
Oh, really?
Yes. She will also tell you some of the styles on the side of what they're wearing, whether it's some vintage clothing or if it was made by, if they're wearing Barbie Boulevardier.
Oh.
The buddies celebrating.
Best man?
And the Ken and Alan are the ones who arrived in a Ferrari to the wedding as well.
That's your Ferrari.
Exactly. We have the same Ferrari.
Oh my God. How droll.
I'm telling you, it's a fancy wedding.
It's fancy. Everybody just drives with Ferraris, Corvettes, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I invite all of you to, if you don't want to participate, that's okay, but follow along.
What a beautiful ensemble that one is. Like the bow and around her neck. So
yes, I feel so underdressed, you know?
Yes, I was about to say, like, what the heck? You sit down in the back.
That's what pretty much we're going to be. But it's the event is it's turning up really well.
Follow along. This is the second one you're doing, and honestly, it's kind of cool that she's doing this.
Yes, and she was actually interviewed yesterday.
By?
I'm trying to recall the name of the other channel. I'll put it in the description as well, and I'll see if they did save the information or the video, because I did want to tune in, but it was at 9 a.m. yesterday, so it was a tricky time. But we're seeing a lot of guests arrive, and they're beautiful appeals. Everybody from everywhere is showing up.
That's a little revealing. I don't know, man.
There's some daring outfits.
Some very, very daring.
Just letting you guys know that.
Wait, can I see that one? This picture is so good. That picture right there,
stunning,
is amazing. That is amazing. You know?
I hope Barbie Boulevard's ears are ringing, because I've been just obsessed with her storylines and participating on her events. And one of the things that she also does is that she will go ahead and highlight all the people that are coming to the event. So if you're participating, she will go ahead and highlight yours, and also like, oh, somebody's already at the part where they're throwing the bouquet. So it's happening in different timelines. There's whoa. I hope you know. So there's a scandalous timeline out there too. There is a very scandalous one, and there we are as well. I'm telling you, it gets wild. Some of them are already at the bachelorette party.
So I feel like we should definitely be looking out. Wait. Stop. Also, I want to say that I feel like we should give the Barbie license to 4 Horsemen.
Oh, heck to the no. I hope you guys know. Here. I want to put my face back on the stage so you can see the disappointment in it.
Oh, here.
Okay. Friends, can you count how many years we had to wait for whatever this is, the Poxus line, right?
Yes.
Took
that's
them
the
out
Fox's
from
line.
Mythic Legions.
It looks really nice. I took good pictures.
You took good pictures to hide big flaws.
Yes, the fact that if you look really, 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 really closely here, that's a stress mark right there. That's gonna break in no time.
I'm so upset at the fact that when you were opening things already broken out of box.
Yes, they were broken out of box. It was wild. And I also broke the horse leg, but that was because I kind of forced it.
I know. Bambi Raptor, yes. I don't know.
But it's still an amazing look at the inspo I was able to get. I made a swamp.
I'm glad it brings you joy.
I made a swamp, everybody.
I'm very glad it brings you joy, but oh geez.
We're gonna have to contact them because you know what? That's not right. It
it's
had
not.
so many pieces broken in the beginning, and I've actually talked to members of the community because I posted it on ACBA Facebook group, and they said like, yeah, a lot of the things are breaking or they're very finicky, and people are saying like, yeah, it's a cool figure, but there a lot of the things that this guy has are just not in the up and up the material. It's too ambitious.
It was too ambitious. They promised too much, and but when it was time to mass produce, it just weren't the right materials to produce those figures with.
Yeah, it's really cool to bring all these nice accessories, but at the end of the day, like, do you want a really cool accessory, or do you want to figure that last
that you can actually pose, not just keep it in box and look at it and be like, oh.
And there needs to be some sort of like marriage, right?
Yeah, there has to be a balance.
The figure itself, like the actual figure, the toy, the person, the Poxus thing, is super good.
Yeah,
like, you can tell that guy's pretty sturdy, but it's everything that surrounds it, the wings, the little arrow, the bow. It's just like, oh my god.
Even the box it came in.
And the box it came in was really cheap looking.
Like literally, I thought, I was like, did I get scammed? Did I buy it from like a fraudulent, did I buy it from like AliExpress? Did I get this in Temu? I'm like, did I get this in Temu?
Was I shopping like a millionaire? But because it was definitely expensive.
Exactly. So I'm like, the box does not look like legit. Yeah, it looked like something I'll find outside, like in the downtown sales. I'm like, I don't know, but I'm a little disappointed with it, and we will be contacting for support.
Yeah. Now, the last thing I do want to say is that NFTs are back, baby.
Oh no, how so?
NFTs are back. Yeah. Because you know what? McFarlane decided to release these 3 figures.
As NFTs. Right?
No, they're physical, but each one has an NFT.
Why? Well, you know what? That's fine. As long as you don't have to buy the NFT.
Yeah, and the thing is that I don't know how it works, but apparently there's a lot of these instructions on how to get the digital version of this toy too. Right?
Okay.
This Bruce looks terrible.
I know that Hot Wheels is still producing NFTs of Hot Wheels, so you can have a virtual garage.
Indeed.
And they do like a little wee, they drive around.
I bought 2 of these.
Oh, jeez. You did?
Yes, I did, because it's okay, look. Green Lantern.
Because Mike's like, I need as many NFTs as I can get my hand on. They're the future. The wave of the future.
This is physical toy. But yeah, so I got this is amazing, and it's the one that's already sold out too. Right, so see,
but I'm like, I saw pre-order.
Basic, right? Like, but this one, I thought about you when I saw it because it's like, Porcelain figure probably wants nothing to do with Aquaman.
Not at all.
But what about
the little
man?
Oh God! It reminds me of the Wonder Twins.
Yeah, that's the whole type of.
Why are NFTs a thing still? Physical toys are so much better. I think it's like, all the folks that are like, I ran out of.
Japan, dude, go to Japan. Go to any Instagram that shows you homes or apartments around Tokyo, and you'll realize why NFTs.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like when you run out of shelf space, but you still have like memory space in your computer.
There's one Japan apartment who was making waves because it's all around that central column.
Oh, I haven't
So it's a
seen it.
square, right? But in the center of the square, it's the staircase that joins all the other apartments.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
live only in the
On the
periphery.
surroundings
Yeah.
of a column.
Yeah, and
So
you
like,
can-
is this like the legs of a building?
no, it's just a giant
column.
square. It's wild.
Okay. Sounds like a vibe. Not my vibe, but okay.
It's called Urumpa. Let me see.
That's my choice. Dream house and Roomba.
Urumpa is, I think, it's the channel.
Oh,
Let's see.
okay. No, that's that. I don't know. Not sure. Not sure if that would be a cup of tea for a collector when you need a lot of shelf space. You need a lot of shelf space and storage space.
Yeah, so living in Japan may not be a thing unless you want to buy one of those what's it called? Old townhouses.
Yeah, be out in the country.
Out in the country, away from everything. Let me see. I'm trying to find the square house to show you guys because the square house is wild. Because you could legit go. You have to walk along your bathtub to go to the other side.
So you can't. It's not a direct way down. You have to be like.
It's just you have to see it. Roompa is amazing.
Okay, he might just share it in his story later.
Yeah,
on.
I might just share my story because we do have to get going. We do have to, go have fun and go toy hunting and do all the cool stuff.
I have my gloves to go digging trash.
Oh.
Just in case.
Well, okay. In that case, let's go
With
ahead
that
and call
said,
it. Because you know what? At the end of the day, we're kind of filling in time because we had the best segment at the very beginning.
we honestly did.
Yeah.
It was so great. It was so.
So
great.
well, we'll definitely look to have more guests as we move along. Astro Zero Base. We need to have Toy Depot here.
We do.
That's next for
yeah,
sure.
your apartment. We'll bring.
Yeah, we'll bring him in. Tell him, hey, what's up?
Breakfast.
We got
From
breakfast.
the
We got
farmer's
yuzu,
market.
yuzu red egg. Call it a day.
Don't make that for him.
Why not?
Just kidding.
Bye, everybody. Leave my house.
And again, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great Saturday. And let us know what events you do. Go hit up. We will share the calendar in our Instagram. And remember, follow Toy Tangent's Instagram because
Last time she came, she brought her own freaking breakfast in a Tupperware. I was so offended. And she left her dirty Tupperware here, too.
if you watch it for me. So, guys, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Don't need that Mighty Max.
Bye.
Bye.